A lesser glyph of Ard? Seriously?
Where's Ciri?
What? I thought you knew.
All I know is Avalac'h might have betrayed us. What the? That a storm?
Geralt, look!
What the hell's happening?
I find it damned hard to believe, but the gate between the worlds is open. We must reach the tower, quickly. Stop Avalac'h, while this can still be reversed.
What are we gonna find there?
If the tomes are to be believed, nature's laws will cease to hold. Gravity, time, Undvik, all of it will be turned on its head.
Exaggerating for effect, right?
Not one bit. The conjunction of spheres has begun. The worlds, they're aligned, permeate one another. Avalac'h could use this, bring the NL here, or something far worse.
At least we know where to look for Ciri.
Follow me, and stay alert.
Damn it. The final age.
I need to focus on Ciri. What do you think Avalac'h wants from her?
Same as Eridan, I imagine. He will use her to open a gate between the worlds.
Shit. An earthquake?
We must hurry.
Can't help myself. I'm gonna guess that I can meditate. Oh, okay, good. It just...
Damn it! That ship's about to disintegrate.
Hide in the hollow on the other side. Go.
Shit. Ass. You're not hiding very good, Yennefer. Yennefer, for God's sakes. Ah, I'm stuck. Probably be easier to hide under the hole instead of running around in this firestorm of death. No? Alright. I will go with whatever you're saying. You guys are totally boned. Good luck.
Grab the horse. We'll save time.
No! We gotta rely on Roach? I guess we can't grab that horse. Oh, we gotta grab the one that's going batshit. Super great. Oh shit. Oh shit.
What'll happen next?
I don't know yet.
Oh Jesus. I was trying to look at the stuff, damn it. I want to see all this crazy shit that's going on. Where are you going? I'm trying to see you every time I run over to her, she runs ahead. And then I run past her and then...
More on the way.
We must hurry, Geralt. The gates between the world and Rome wider.
I'm trying to look, and then I pass you, and then... Ah, damn it.
Tremors are getting worse.
We've not much time.
Ice giants all over the damn place, holy shit. Either I have to stop or she has to stop. You like...
The white frost.
Oh, come on.
Damn it. It'll bury us.
Wait.
Whoop.
Gavaris Tabel. Keep near me.
Damn it. Just in case. So, if you side with Triss, does she join you for this part, maybe? Oh, damn. Why couldn't you have went out with me? You kill those much faster. Yeah, see, isn't this tower, like... This, I seem to recall, like, the final fight happening in a tower. In Witcher 1, I think. Where you fight the A person. Name starts with A, not saying he's an a-hole, even though he was. Oh, come on, I want to have a little fun with this. I feel like you're kind of stealing my thunder here. Ah! I was at least going to try to get the last hit in. You decapitate it with lightning? That's pretty badass. Sorry if I'm talking really loud. It's like a lot of gushing winds. And I'm naturally wanting to scream over it. I'm really getting into the game, see? We're gonna have to fuck this guy's world up.
Damn! Avalac'h surrounded the tower with a magic barricade.
Can you dismantle it?
Dismantle? No, I can make a tear at best. But only for a moment, because there's no...
Specifics, Yen. Will we both get through?
No! You must go alone!
I'll come back. With Ciri.
I
Or
know.
without.
Agared! Tiergain! Agared! Now, Geralt!
Oh shit.
I'm fine! Now go! And give Avalac'h my heartfelt regards!
Ah, see? You just can't trust an elf. People are like, oh, you can't say that. That's racist. You don't know. Not all elves, hashtag, but obviously all elves. Whoa, hey, he's got a signpost here. Kind of want to use a swallow, but we'll wait. No reason to look everywhere for loot, I don't imagine. Hey, twat bag, what's up? I want to have a little chitty chat with your ass. By chitty chat, I mean I'm gonna fucking cut your arms off. Do we have to wait for him to talk, Geralt?
Geralt. So unfortunate. I'd hoped you wouldn't have to witness this.
Where's Ciri?
Nearby. Listen.
Shut up. I've heard enough of your bullshit. Draw your weapon. Let's get this over with.
Okay, well.
Think I'm willing to spare you?
I think you will not attack one unarmed.
Well,
Be so sure. I'm in a foul mood.
I am not your foe. I am merely helping Cirilla.
I don't believe you. Can't. Not after all that's happened.
Will you believe me? Avalac'h speaks the truth. I asked him to help me open the tower, because I aim to enter it.
Didn't think it worthwhile to tell me? Warn me of your plans?
I'm sorry, I know I should have. But I feared you'd not understand.
Feels like I'm talking to Yennefer. Leave with me, please.
I will, Geralt. Once I emerge from the tower. If I emerge.
Why the hell would you do this? The Wild Hunt's been defeated.
The White Frost has not. The prophecies are true. I have seen worlds bound in ice. I know what awaits you. Only the Elder Blood can stop the White Frost. Only I can stop it.
Avalac'h's muddled your mind with a fortune teller's fables.
You're wrong. The White Frost truly does approach. Worlds will freeze, one after another, and all life will be eradicated. Avalac'h gave me a choice. I made the decision. I must stop it.
There's gotta be another way.
What can you know about saving the world, silly? You're but a witcher. This is my story, not yours. You must let me finish telling it.
Good luck, Ciri.
Perhaps I should have told you. I see now you might have understood.
Know you better than you think. Don't keep me waiting.
The gentleman will follow.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't gonna, like... Obviously, I didn't want her to go. But I definitely wasn't gonna say something like, I forbid it, right? I mean...
delegation is half a day's travel from here.
They truly are rushing. Return to your
What
post.
of Novigrad's hierarch?
What of him?
Will he get his well-earned rest, or be sent straight to Dan Ruach?
At his age, the journey would be ill-advised and costly.
Oh, I can't run, by the way. But yeah, I definitely wasn't gonna say forbid her to go. Like, I mean, you really couldn't have. I mean, she's gonna do what she's gonna do, or do what she thinks she has to do. Whether it was the right choice or the wrong one, the best I think you should do is help her when she needs it. Maybe try to guide her, but
Enough.
she's not a child.
Speak.
Ciri is dead.
How did it happen?
The White Cold. You're familiar with the prophecy? Ciri tried to stop it. She did, but paid the ultimate price.
Where is the body?
I doubt it'll ever be found.
Who else knows?
Avalac'h, Elven Sage. But I doubt you'll find him either.
And Yennefer?
She's decided to stay in the north. Provided you don't object.
I don't. And you?
Plenty of work for witchers after a war. I'll travel east, maybe north.
Did Cirilla say... Did she ask you to convey anything?
I can't lie to him. He'll know. He's a political guy. He'll know.
We didn't talk about you.
I see.
I mean, it's rough.
If there's nothing else.
There is, but you may go. Witcher, I do not wish to see you ever again.
Need help with your wagon?
Think we'll be all right.
Aye, you betcha. We'll manage.
True, the barrels are ample, but we shall pour some off of each soon.
Change is coming.
True. No denying it.
Nilfgaard flees, yet here it seemed nothing could move them.
Left their wine behind too. That's generous.
Sure you don't need any help?
I believe we will manage.
Where you headed? Nearest inn by the looks of it.
Yeah. Supposed to meet someone first, at the former campsite of the Nilfgaardians. You take care now.
Pretty sure that was Roach's voice actor. Something ends, something begins. This guy.
Greetings.
He won't let me talk to him. Of course.
Greetings.
That sounded just like... just take one of their horses. There's mine.
Move it.
You want them to get pissy. But yeah, I didn't want to tell her no. And I'm guessing you probably couldn't stop her. If nothing else, I wanted to like show that I was confident in her doing what she was doing, even if I wasn't really confident. But I at least trusted her enough to let her make her own decisions, right? I mean, obviously there's the whole parent dynamic.
Quick now with that wheel, or will you stay to welcome Radovid's name?
Wait, Radovid? He's deader in hell. Maybe his son? I don't know. Because I don't know who was next in the line. In fact, I don't remember if he had a kid at all. But yeah, like, obviously they could say this whole parenting dynamic about wanting to protect them forever, but eventually you kind of have to let them fly on their own, let them leave the nest. So I feel like, you know, they're, whether I agree with their decision or not, and, you know, partially you kind of feel like it's probably the right thing, right? Because if you believe the prophecy or whatever at all, then, you know, you think, you know, it sucks, but if she doesn't do it, everybody's gonna die anyway, including her. So it would be all for naught.
Master Ort. Probably got held back.
Here's the armor is sweet.
You're late.
Soldiers.
Blocking the roads, I know. No matter. You have it?
As agreed. 38.5-inch blade. Weight just under 40 ounces. Silver-plated siderite steel core. Glyphs and runes both the length of the blade and on the hilt.
Beautiful.
Been in this trade for 3 decades. Only the best swordsman of the coin for my wares. When I say no Witcher has, or ever had, a better weapon, you ought to trust me.
Reputation precedes you, Master Ort. I'd never doubt you.
The inscription, as you asked.
Zirael. Swallow.
Classic Elder Speech runes, no styling, simple and precise.
May I?
It is yours. If you'd like to test it, had my lackeys put out a training dummy.
Mm-hmm. Your payment. Gems only, as requested.
If you've an eye out for work, heard of Striggers prowling the Maribor Forest.
Thanks. Need to visit the tavern first, but after, who knows?
Good luck on the path, Witcher.
I'm also wondering if this is like the bad ending. I don't know why I'm still picking stuff. I don't know if this is the bad ending, the good ending. I don't know if it's one of those situations where there isn't necessarily a good or bad ending. There's just bad or worse. Like a, you know, From Software ending, basically. Oh, hold on. Where's the horse?
Master Witcher, over here. Plenty of blades to try, if it's your will.
No, I'm good. Are we actually using that new one? I guess this is it. Oh, no, that's the one. Oh, yeah, we got to use this. We've got to have Zirael equipped. 25% crit hit bonus, 5% crit hit chance, 5% bonus. It doesn't matter what the stats are. Oh, actually, it looks like it's just for show, because there's no damage on it. Still going to keep it equipped. Also, yes, I realized we could take the sign. But, I want to ride as we kind of ride off Witcher 3. Well, until the DLC, of course. But I will say, you know, I say my... I mean, I don't know how close we are to the ending. I presume pretty darn close. But I'll save kind of my mini review for the end. But I will say they do a good job of really making you like care about the characters and like, because like I said, I kind of felt Geralt when he was like, you know, at that point where he's,
hey there,
you know, she's like, you know, I've got to do this thing, and you're kind of like, you want to tell her no, like, this is almost certain death. Oh.
The Witcher!
Chase the dwarf. Yes. Where'd that little shit go? I was thinking I hear him urinating or smell his urine-soaked pantaloons. Damn, good thing these things glow. I thought I saw him in the tree. Dwarf in a tree. Damn it. Oh, here we go. That guy looks familiar. I don't remember who that is, though.
All right, out.
Is this the Seven Dwarves?
How was your trip? Smooth sailing?
You still on about that leaky tub from the Isle of Mist?
Yeah.
Ooh, you're lucky you and that lass weren't in it with us.
You'd not have fit anyhow. It was so laden, that boat. We barely made land.
And it reeked of fish manure.
Fish manure?
You stole my boat.
Borrowed. We knew it was yours. Still is. You don't think we'd do that to a mate like you? Plough you soapless while you slept off a bender?
Oh, that's good.
So, gonna give me my boat back?
Why in the God's names would you need a boat in this brush?
Fair enough. Forget I said anything. How'd you wind up here?
Our affairs brought us here. Hard times, you know. Got to earn the coin where you can.
Folk around here need surveyors?
We've shifted our efforts. Investors now.
Investors.
They've come for us. Hide!
Eh?
What's going on?
You've not seen us?
Where are the dwarves?
Dwarves?
Do not play games with me, Witcher. They are thieves. They stole Lord Dagborg's golden chalice.
Dagborg? Who's that?
The new governor of these lands. The chalice must be found. Tell us what you know, or you will force us to extract it.
That was the incorrect answer.
That a threat?
The Witcher will not cooperate. Take him.
I love how the officer was level 1. Hey, have fun with those wolves, by the way. Apparently the wolves don't give a shit about him. I think how the wolves are completely ignoring him. It's a great view of those trees. We done?
Oh, thank you for that, Witcher. Told the lads back then you're a good fella, and we shouldn't have took your boat.
Heard you've gone into investments. Asset management.
Aye. Investments in movable assets. Well, these days you just never know when...
That extra gold chalice could come in handy. I get it. What did you do with it?
We don't have it. Found a buyer. Mr. Mirror... was it? Funny name. Paid good coin, though.
We'd share it with you. We would, but you look like one who'd just frown on any proceeds from theft.
Aye, you got that righteous frown on you, definitely.
Won't say no to friends. Actually, I'll gladly take some of that coin.
Witcher's ethics. Tuh. World's going to shite.
At least we nicked his dinghy.
Hey! Leave my dinghy alone. You know, I would have maybe turned them in if, you know, they wouldn't have, threatened me. Yeah. When they threatened me, I was like, no, we done. We done. That was it. You signed your own death warrants. I'm quick saving here, even though part of me is like, ooh, I don't want something to happen where I'm boned or something. I'm presuming the things that happen here... Oh, well, I was gonna help, but she died too quick. He was just walking like, this kind of sucks. You have a freaking wolf infestation, apparently. We see nothing but wolves for the last few videos. Holy hell. But, I mean, I presume any kind of major things that can happen have already happened. And this is just kind of a victory lap of sorts, if not more, kind of wrapping things up, seeing the effects of, you know, your choices.
I will come back for you, I promise.
Yes, if only you'd done half what you promised.
We're back to this place.
And protected. The noble Lord Dagborg assumes his lands to rule with grace and justice. Debts, burdens, and encumbrances owed to any other are hereby waived.
Stay here forever.
It means you must pay taxes to the noble Lord Dagborg now.
This Lord Dagborg, who is he? Some relation of the noble?
I was just kind of listening, but they meandered off. That one lady who got in the fight never did come back. Damn it, stop getting hung up on things.
Is it done?
Yes.
Did he believe you?
I have no idea.
I guess he can lie to the
For
king.
the cockatrice. And we've a new contract. It won't pay much, but I think it worth the toil.
You've been busy. It's yours.
A witch's sword. Swallow. Ooh, beautiful. May I?
Not here. You'll have ample opportunity soon enough, Witcher.
Let's try it out then.
Hey, wait a minute. We're in America, damn it. Good job, Poland.
The Northern War ended. The invader from the south achieved complete victory. Robbed of Radovid's tactical genius, the northern realms could not withstand Ymir's countless legions. Black banners appeared over Novigrad and all the...
I thought he said he retreated.
Weary of rebel raids, Emir Varemri's conceded, restoring Temeria as a realm in liege to the Empire. When the guerrillas laid down their arms, the Emperor shifted his forces to other fronts. Through Nilfgaard's victory, Temerians got their country back, and history once again proved a consummate trickster.
Interesting.
Having dealt with Radovid, Emir of Varemris did the same with enemies domestic. The Emperor's loyal spies named all who had conspired against him, traitors, soldiers, and aristocrats alike. Though their mutiny had only been a murky plan, the Emperor showed no mercy, as was his wont. While the continent bled engulfed by war, Skellige bloomed under Ceres's enlightened rule. Unlike those who had come before her, the young queen did not raid foreign shores, looking instead to her people, tending to her land. The island-bound nation prospered, though its fangs of yore were dulled. Cyrilla, Fiona, Ellen, Rhiannon, heir to Nilfgaard's throne, chose the life of a witcher on the path. Geralt taught her all he knew, every skill he possessed, then each set off on their own. Soon word of the ashen-haired witcheress had spread throughout the north, from the Yaruga to the mountains of Kovir.
How would this...
While monarchs moved borders and populations, Geralt and Yennefer lived a calm, quiet life, far from all things political. They breakfasted well after noon, more often than not in bed, and passed the days on lazy strolls and long conversations.
Damn unicorn.
Boring, you say? Perhaps. But both had sought this more than anything else.
How in the world, though, would news of that not get back to Emery's fan? You know what I'm talking about. with her running around being like ashen-haired witcheress. Like, how would that not get back to him at some point? He's the damn king, for God's sakes, right? I don't see that not, or emperor or whatever. How would that not get back to him? I don't know. Like, I mean, it's a little hard to believe, but you know, I guess maybe Ciri like does the contracts and kills everyone that she meets. But yeah, wow, we finally finished it. I think we ended up at around, if we cut out the times I was probably just running around, leaving the game on, trying technical stuff, it was at least 150 hours. At least 150 hours. Obviously, this Let's Play didn't do all of that. There was a lot of stuff behind the scenes and whatnot. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. I don't remember half of this. I don't remember Zoltan being trapped on the fire, unless this is all the games. Hard to tell. Like, maybe it's doing kind of a retrospective from all the Witcher games, because I do remember, I think, Zoltan and Dandelion at the beginning of one of the games, like, being captured and you have to rescue them, as is pretty typical of how things run. But wow, yeah, so if nothing else, this game gives you a ton of time for your money. Holy shit. But yeah, so now is typically where I give my breakdown of the game, what I think of it, kind of off the cuff review. So if you've been watching this, you know that I thought this was an amazing game. This is easily, I would say, well, very easily one of the top 10 RPGs ever made. Maybe even top 5. Easily top 10 though. Easy, like no questions asked. Right up there with things like Vampire Bloodlines, Star Wars: The Old Republic, and of course now I'm drawing a blank on others, but yeah, it's easily top 10. Dragon Age Origins, other games, it's up there with those. But yeah, this was a phenomenal game, which is funny because going back to Witcher 1, I did not like that game at all. It had good things, but for the most part, it was painful for me to play for the most part. I did not enjoy the majority of my time with Witcher 1. Witcher 2 I loved. I thought Witcher 2 was a great game. This game just blows them out of the water. Not because Witcher 2 wasn't great, but because it's just so good. This is going to be one of those RPGs that I feel like other open world RPGs are going to be compared to going forward. And I think that's totally fair that they should be compared to this game, because it's really set the standard. Because, you know, one of the big things I like is the stories and the quests. The side quests, I mean, yes, if you ignore everything, yes, a lot of the side quests, in particular the contracts, were things like go to this location, use your bat sense or your Witcher sense, follow something, and kill it. I mean, that's how a lot of these missions did end up. But a lot of times, even the side missions had interesting stories. So even if you stripped everything away, it was formulaic, that you were just going to a place, killing a few people, or investigating this thing and killing some monsters. It always felt interesting. It always felt fresh because the story was always interesting. And then there's always these things that, like, not always, but there were sometimes these things that would just surprise you. You think, oh, this is just some little small side quest that I'm going to knock out. And it turns out to be something really, really different. It's something really interesting. And I like that. Like, you never really know what to expect. Is this going to be a typical quest? But they didn't fall into the trap of trying to make every quest have some kind of twist, because then you would expect it, right? Just like those M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong movies, right? You know there's a twist. Going in, you know there's a twist. But with the side quests, you don't really know that necessarily. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. So when there is one, it's great and it catches you off guard. In the main story quests, there was a lot of really memorable stuff. Obviously the Bloody Baron, I think that was probably going to be the most memorable. As I say that, the Crone's music plays. By the way, what great characters. I love the Crones. And I really hate that we had to fight them. But the Bloody Baron quest line was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. There was some really messed up stuff in this game in period, but in particular, this game had some pretty serious, pretty heavy things that it tackled. And it did it in a mature way, I think. And it did, like I say, I like how it presents things not black and white, right? Like, you find out that, he was abusive. So of course you're kind of like, this is what happened. He's this total scumbag. But as you dig into it, there's more to it. Obviously still the abuse was totally wrong, but there's more to it. There's the whole redemption angle. And, depending on how things play out, anyway, there might be a redemption angle. But yeah, that whole quest line was just great. Another great one was Ceres. Ceres, the lady who we ended up having as ruler of Skellige. That quest line with the whole, like, baby in the oven thing, that was messed up because, like, in your head, you're like, okay, she says she's got a plan and we just have to trust her. And we also know that she's going to try to do something that makes me feel very guilty. So it's a plan. Like, that's flat out in the open. There's no mystery around that. There's a plan. There's probably a trick to it. But when it's going down, you're like, holy shit. Like, and you're like, in your brain, you're thinking, okay, this has got to be wrong, but how would that be possible? Like, it's just so effed up. That one really stuck in my head too. Like, is just intense. Like a great quest. Shows her like thinking, and it showed her a great way of doing that. And like you could even see in Geralt's face, like what the hell is going on? Like, he's doing this, but like he definitely feels like this is messed up. Another was the whole siege on Kaer Morhen. That whole thing felt great. Setting, like, talking about the strategy and actually executing it, and getting overrun and all that stuff was great. And I like how apparently it's different, slightly different, based on quests that you've done. Right, so obviously we didn't have Kirametz because of how that went down. And and I had like Letho, and somebody else might not have. But yeah, there's just a lot of good quests. Obviously those are the highlights. Those were just really good. But there were just a lot of really good quests in the game. I mean, the combat is still not great. It's better than the other Witchers. I mean, I guess it has that going for it. But I don't ever consider that a positive, right? Like, you can't say, well, this combat's bad, but it's better than the other games. And I wouldn't say the combat's bad. It still feels a little bit janky. Even after the changes they made to the movement, it helped a bit. But, if this game had, say, like Bloodborne style combat, that would be amazing. Like, that would be absolutely amazing, where you're having to balance your stamina, and obviously you have to do the signs different and whatnot. But I think that would have been much cooler to have something like Bloodborne. But it was all right. I mean, it was passable. The enemies were a bit predictable after a while, where it's kind of an attack. The enemy's going to jump back, so that means you jump back because they're going to attack, and then you just attack. So it's kind of a back and forth. So a lot of that did get a bit repetitive. But I mean, it was mixed up enough, though, that I couldn't just do that with every boss fight. Even though, again, there definitely was some pretty obvious patterns. The AI itself was pretty damn bad all around. Oddly enough, it seemed to get better later, even though I think that partially is because early on I would try to kind of pull enemies away from the pack, and when you do that, the bad AI just really shines, right? Like, you have one guy come out, and then you've got 4 guys standing at that magical border just staring as you brutally murder one guy. They don't do anything unless there's an archer. Otherwise, they just stand there and stare like idiots. So things like that, and obviously when you use the Axii sign, the charm, sometimes the enemy would just stand there, sometimes they would just run into a random direction, and sometimes they would actually fight that they were supposed to. So the AI was definitely wonky. But the crafting system was pretty simplistic. I think they wanted it that way, though. I don't think they wanted it to be overly complicated. And you had a billion different components to make things, but once you could make the Witcher armor, that was pretty much better than everything else. It just became a question of which version of the Witcher armor do I wear? Do I wear cat? Do I wear bear? Do I wear griffin? You know, etc. I personally didn't have a big problem with that because honestly, after a while, I get tired of looking at the stats of everything I pick up, trying to decide if it's an upgrade or not. So by that point, I was actually quite all right with just saying, okay, this is the best armor that I want for this particular build. Speaking of, there's you know, I would say there's only about, I mean, just kind of, you know, spitballing it, I'd say there's like 3 different builds you could actually go with in this game. There's the heavier armor set where you're focusing more on potions and just tankiness. There's the Griffin, where especially once you get the Griffin armor and you focus on signs, the signs become incredibly powerful. In fact, I would go so far as to say that outside of maybe bosses, the signs build just feels insanely overpowered, even against a lot of bosses, because if you catch them on fire, the damage that the fire does is insane. So that one definitely felt the most overpowered overall to me, even though you don't have a ton of hit points. And then the cat, which is focused more on, you know, getting crits, getting in and out quickly. That one probably felt the weakest because the damage that you seem to do doesn't make up for how easy it is to kill you because you're wearing light armor. So it didn't really seem to matter. It wasn't like a deal of you got to kill them before they kill you because you know, or you know, and it with matching damage, it just felt like if you screwed up, you're going to take a ton of damage. But otherwise, you can do fairly good, you know, attack damage. But it definitely didn't, it felt, to me, it felt the weakest. In particular, that bear build, like it was so tanky, and combine that with drinking potions healing you was insanely good. Like you were already pretty tough to kill with long-lasting swallows, more potion use. Well, I guess you didn't get more potion usages, but yeah, with that on top of it was crazy good. And you could drink potions to increase your stamina regen and your sign intensity. So once you found them, of course. But yeah, that build felt pretty damn powerful as well. Because like we made the last boss into a joke. Like he was nothing. Like we had his number. Especially once I figured out how to like time. Like if I hit and he blocks, I learned that if I back out and if I wait like 3/4 of a second and attack, I'll catch him before he is attacking. Then I'll hit him a few more times. So he was pretty damn easy. And even the times I did get hit, he wasn't doing a ton of damage. But yeah, voice acting. Oh, Carolina. I think it's cool they have a picture of her though, because usually a lot of times we'll have like in loving memory of somebody passed while the game is being made. But it's cool they had her picture there. It looks like she might have been a developer or worked there. But the voice acting was great all around. Maybe there was 1 or 2 here or there that were questionable. The story of Geralt of Rivia has come to a close. You can continue traveling the world in search of Witcher contracts and adventure, but everything will be as it was before the game's last chapter, and quests tied to the main storyline will no longer be available. Okay, that's fine. What level are we going to be when we do the last quest? 35, which I think that's what they want you to be. Now 32. That's fine. Again, probably not going to start on this until next year, though to be honest, you probably won't even see this video until next year or late into 2015. I'm actually recording this on November 19th, 2015. But I want to wrap up my thoughts on this because it's such a phenomenal game. You know, I want to talk about it a little bit more. I do thank you, by the way, anybody who wants to kind of tune out now. I thank you very much for watching this incredibly long series. This is probably one of the top 3 longest series I have ever done, and I've enjoyed it. You know, again, I got near the end and I kept saying things like, "Oh, this game's lasting forever," but I don't want that to be taken in a like, "Oh God, I wish it would just end" fashion. It was just, it's a really long game, but I enjoyed it. I wasn't getting tired of doing the quest. The only thing I really got tired of doing was question marks. Like those did get tiresome. I think it would be better to do like 5 or 6 question marks at a time and then switch to questing. 5 or 6 question marks, switch back to questing. But anyway, kind of to finish what I was saying before about the quests. And by the way, it should have been a pretty big tip-off, too, that... wait a minute, did you eat my sword? Oh, no, it's right there, you idiot. I was thinking, whatever. Oh, and I meant to show this before. This is what that Order of the Rose armor looks like. But I'm not going to wear that filth for too long. But yeah, the voice acting was phenomenal all around. Again, there might have been one or two iffy ones, but the main cast, Geralt was phenomenal. Ciri, phenomenal. Yennefer, Ciri. I honestly didn't really like Triss's voice actress. Again, I seem to be the only one, so I can fully condone that maybe it's just me having some weird thing, but I found Triss's voice actress to not really be on point, to be totally fair. I thought everybody else of the main actor was pretty much nailing it. The music was great throughout the game. Everything, and of course, graphically, the game is stupendous. Graphically, this game looks, again, phenomenal, and it runs well too. But anyway, I mean, I could go on and on. I mean, negatives as far as that goes, like I said, the combat could have been better. There is, still some wonkiness here and there. I guess a few weird bugs here and there. Like I said, the combat is... I kind of have hit the combat like a dozen times. But honestly, there's just not... Off the top of my head, I'm sure I've complained about other things during the playthrough. But there's just not a ton that I ended up disliking about this game. It was just really, really good. So yeah, as far as a rating, 1 out of 10, where 10 is phenomenal, perfect game, and 5 is mediocre. This is not the IGN scale, where a poor game is 7. A poor game would be like 3 or 4. An average game would be 5. I give this game a 9. Easily a 9. Maybe even a 9.5, but a 9, nothing less than a 9. Because, like I said, it's one of the top RPGs I have ever played in my life. And I will measure future RPGs that I play to this game. I think it has become pretty much the thing I am going to compare other RPGs to, in fair ways, of course. You can't compare everything. But yeah, and I also like to give kind of a price review. In other words, what I think you should pay for the game. Honestly, if you like RPGs at all, full price, $60. Right. I mean, obviously, if you can get it cheaper, that's fine. But if you're watching this review right now, and for some bizarre reason you haven't bought this game, and you like RPGs, and you can only find it for $60, it's worth your $60. Even if you only do a few side quests here and there. Again, obviously I had a bajillion hours. Again, I think I'm at like 100, and with all things considered, technical stuff, recording stuff in the background, I have easy 150 hours in this. And I still don't... Look at all these freaking question marks. Look, we're in Karamorn. So that's not really a great thing here. Let me go back to Ellen, where we spent tons of time. Look at all these question marks that we're going to run into as soon as I find them. As I say that. Yeah, we got all this. Look at this. Look at all this. There's still all that to find. And you might argue, well, that's not content. To some extent, I'll agree with you, but they're fun places to explore, right? Like I said, now in hindsight, I wish I would have spread it out a little bit more. I wish I would have just did them in between missions. But in Skellige is even worse. Look at this. Insane. Ludicrous. Nuts. There's so much to do in this game. So many side quests. So many contracts. And now you get the DLC. $60. Easy if you like RPGs at all. Period. I mean, if you're the type who just plays the main quest only, or maybe only does a very, very small handful of side quests, I'd still say $60. I think this game is worth every single penny. That whatever price you pay, it's worth it, in my opinion. Which is rare for me to say, but I think this game is worth every penny you buy it for. Anyway, that is it for The Witcher 3. I never thought I'd actually say that. But yes, The Witcher 3 is done for now! Exclamation, or asterisk, because we still have 2 DLCs. One of them has not been released yet. Again, I absolutely will be doing both without question. So yeah, prepare for that. 2016 for both of them, I presume. But yeah, I don't want to drag it out anymore, as it's already been. It's probably at like video 200 at this point, if not more. But thank you guys for watching. Kudos again to anyone who has managed to watch this entire Let's Play. I really have enjoyed it. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. We've had our highs, you've had our lows, you've had our laughs, we've had our cries. Well, I didn't cry because I'm a big manly man. But we had our laughs and our moderately depressing moments. But yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this with me. Had at least close to as much fun as I did. Make sure to leave comments in the comments section below. If you did watch all this all the way through, I'd be curious to hear from you. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I shall see you next time.